Ilja Dragunov's real-life girlfriend has been fired from WWE. Why WWE has moved the Money in the Bank to September. Chris Jericho returns to WWE. WWE's new AI move is worrying. Condolences to the Miz and Maryse. Stone Cold Steve Austin is angry with the WWE. A former WWE Champion destroyed Brock Lesnar. A major rumor killer regarding AJ Lee's WWE absence. Seth Rollins has real-life heat with a 30-year-old megastar. Breaking news as a wrestling legend gets hospitalized with serious health issues. Let's dive right in. Why WWE has moved the Money in the Bank to September. WWE's Money in the Bank, a fan-favorite premium live event known for its thrilling ladder matches, is set to take place on September 6, 2026, at the Smoothie King Center in New Orleans. Traditionally held in June or July, the move to late summer has sparked curiosity among fans. Here are the key reasons behind WWE's decision to reschedule Money in the Bank. Number 1. Dodging the FIFA World Cup 2026. The FIFA World Cup, running from June 11th to July 19th, 2026 across the USA, Canada, and Mexico, is a global juggernaut that commands massive attention. Hosting Money in the Bank during this period risks losing viewership, especially in North America, WWE's core market. By moving the event to September, Triple H ensures the PLE stands out without competing against the world's biggest sporting event, keeping fans locked in. Number 2. Evening out the WWE calendar. WWE's first half of the year is packed with Royal Rumble, Elimination Chamber, and WrestleMania, but the stretch between SummerSlam in August and Survivor Series in November often feels light. Placing Money in the Bank in September fills this gap, keeping the excitement high and spreading major events more evenly. This shift avoids overloading the early year and gives fans a big show to look forward to in the fall. Number 3. Steering clear of summer sports rivals. June and July are crowded with major U.S. sports events like the NBA Finals and MLB All-Star Game, which pull significant viewership. A Money in the Bank event during this time could see its ratings dip. Moving it to Labor Day weekend in September taps into a quieter period, allowing WWE to capture fans craving high-energy entertainment without competing against other sports giants. Number 4. Boosting New Orleans' economy. New Orleans was originally slated to host WrestleMania 42, but plans changed. Hosting Money in the Bank instead, in partnership with the Greater New Orleans Sports Foundation, likely influenced the September date. This timing avoids summer event clashes and aligns with Labor Day tourism, boosting the city's economy and giving WWE a financial win while strengthening local ties. Number 5. Building storylines after SummerSlam. SummerSlam in August often leaves storylines hanging, with no major event to carry momentum until Survivor Series in November. Placing Money in the Bank in September allows Triple H to extend championship feuds or rivalries into the fall, keeping the action fresh. The men's and women's Money in the Bank briefcases can stir drama, adding intrigue and stakes as WWE builds towards Survivor Series. By moving Money in the Bank to September, WWE sets the stage for a revitalized fall season. Will this strategic shift pay off with bigger crowds and hotter storylines? The road to New Orleans will tell. Chris Jericho returns to WWE. Speculation is swirling around Chris Jericho's future as his AEW contract nears its end, with WWE reportedly eyeing a blockbuster return for the wrestling legend. Y2J, a cornerstone of AEW since 2019, hasn't appeared on their programming since April 2025, fueling talk of a final WWE chapter and a Hall of Fame induction. According to Fightful, Jericho's AEW deal is set to expire by the end of 2025 unless extended, and his creative plans haven't been discussed backstage in AEW, though he typically works directly with President Tony Khan. Their relationship remains strong, but other promotions, including WWE, are showing interest. Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful noted that while Jericho's name hasn't surfaced in WWE's creative talks, higher-ups have mentioned him, with one source claiming WWE could offer several $1 million annually to lure him back. On The Extreme Life of Matt Hardy, the WWE legend suggested Jericho has exhausted his creative potential in AEW. I almost think it's one of those things where I just think the AEW fanbase has had their share of Chris Jericho in many, many ways, and I think creatively he's done pretty much everything he can do there. Chris has always been really good at understanding when it's time to go away, or take time off and come back and recharge or refresh, and I feel like the time is right. I feel like if he came back to WWE, it'd be a huge moment, especially in a Royal Rumble, wherever that appearance would be, it would be massive, Hardy said. AEW's Tony Khan, speaking on Busted Open Radio, kept the door open for Jericho, emphasizing his importance. I love Chris Jericho. He's a huge part of AEW. He's been here since the beginning, and I think we'll see what happens here in the coming months. But Chris is always a welcome, big part of AEW we'd always want to have here. I absolutely am so grateful to Chris Jericho for everything he's done, Khan said. However, with WWE reportedly prepared to make a big financial push and AEW potentially matching it, Jericho's next move is unclear. Could Y2J make a seismic return at the 2026 Royal Rumble, or will he stay loyal to AEW? The wrestling world awaits his decision. WWE's new AI move is worrying. WWE's latest move to integrate artificial intelligence into its storytelling has raised eyebrows, with veteran wrestling journalist Bill Apter sounding the alarm. The Wrestling Observer reported that Triple H and WWE hired a new senior director of creative strategy tasked with weaving AI into the company's narratives. Triple H personally introduced the hire to the creative team, signaling a major shift. On the Wrestling Time Machine with host Mac Davis, Apter expressed deep reservations about this direction, warning that over-relying on AI could strip away the human essence of wrestling storytelling. "I'm against AI. I'll tell you why. It's going to take a lot of paychecks away from a lot of people," Apter said. He added, "There are rumors out there that AI might be starting to infiltrate WWE in terms of script writing. I don't know how they would do that, but I think once you take the human aspect out of it, it could lose a lot. Or on the other hand, some people think it could make the product better. In my opinion, AI is dangerous. You need to curb the use of it. Don't take the humans out of work, out of entertainment, and out of any business." With WWE already facing scrutiny over its current storylines, the addition of AI has fans and critics divided. Some believe it could streamline creative processes, while others, like Apter, fear it risks diluting the emotional core that defines wrestling. As platforms like ESPN and Netflix keep a close eye on WWE's product, will Triple H's AI gamble enhance the storytelling or alienate fans by losing its human touch? The coming months will reveal the impact. Condolences to The Miz and Maryse, WWE superstar. The Miz shared devastating news on social media, revealing the passing of his family's cherished dog, Pumpkin. In a heartfelt collaborative Instagram post with his wife Maryse, the A-lister posted several photos of the miniature pinscher and poured out his emotions in the caption, reflecting on the joy Pumpkin brought over 13 years. "We lost our little Pumpkin, 13 years of love, chaos, and energy packed into one tiny min pin. She always brought smiles, jumping up to say hi and finding every extra scrap that fell from the table. She gave big kisses and even bigger cuddles," he wrote. The Miz went on to describe Pumpkin's bond with his daughters and her lasting impact. "She traveled the world with us, always by our side, bringing joy and laughter wherever we went. She was amazing with our girls, patient, playful, protective, and they adored her just as much as she adored them. Toward the end, she slowed down a bit, but she never stopped loving us. The house feels emptier without her, but our hearts are full from every moment she gave us. She's reunited with Mocha. We'll miss you, Pumpkin. We love you, Pumpkin. Rest in peace," he added. On the wrestling front, The Miz remains a key figure on SmackDown, but his recent storyline with Carmelo Hayes has drawn mixed reactions. On Busted Open Radio, Natalya praised the A-lister's reliability and in-ring chemistry with John Cena, suggesting a potential match before Cena's retirement in December 2025. However, inside sources on Writing with Russo criticized the lack of fan response to Miz's recent heel turn against Hayes. On SmackDown, I know you don't watch SmackDown. They had Miz turn on Carmelo Hayes. Bro, you could have heard a pin drop in the arena. Nobody cared. And you know what? When Miz's contract is up, they're gonna offer him a new contract just like they did with Woods. They're their own freaking worst enemies. Even the marks that watch the show, they know when a wrestler has run their course. And you don't think Xavier Woods has run his course? Like you said, Xavier Woods is gonna put B in seats? He's going to make somebody buy an ESPN pay-per-view, the source said. The tension with Hayes escalated when Miz attacked him during Sami Zayn's United States Championship Open Challenge, only for Hayes to retaliate on the October 17th SmackDown, costing Miz the match. This allowed Ilja Dragunov to return and dethrone Zayn. As The Miz navigates personal loss and professional challenges, will he rebound with a high-profile feud, perhaps against Cena, or continue to struggle for fan investment? Stone Cold Steve Austin is angry with the WWE. WWE legend Ric Flair recently shed light on Stone Cold Steve Austin's strained relationship with the company, hinting at deep-seated issues. Austin has largely stayed away from WWE programming since retiring from in-ring action, making only sporadic appearances, including a Hall of Fame induction for his iconic match against Bret Hart. While reports indicate Austin is set to revive his Broken Skull Sessions podcast on a WWE digital platform, Flair revealed there's trouble brewing. On Games with Names, Flair disclosed that Austin is upset with WWE over their refusal to relinquish the Stone Cold trademark, despite his monumental contributions. That's why Steve Austin is so mad. They will never give up Stone Cold, Flair said. Flair elaborated that Austin has shifted his focus to personal passions, wanting little to do with WWE. All Steve wants to do is hunt and fish. He just built a ranch about 40 miles out of Tahoe, moved out of LA. I think he kept his place here, but he moved there full time. He won't have anything to do with it. Steve basically is the one that took them public. He made a lot of money, but not nearly enough, and then not giving him his trademark. So it's who knows. Really hard to get intellectual property, Flair added. Flair also reflected on Austin's early retirement due to neck injuries, noting its impact on his legacy. Do you know Steve had to quit when he was 39 years old or something because he broke his neck? Can you imagine if he'd been able to wrestle till he was 50 or something? My God, he said. With Austin reportedly returning for his podcast, will he address this trademark dispute or his frustrations with WWE? As the Texas Rattlesnake steps back into the spotlight, the wrestling world is watching to see if he'll raise hell or keep the peace. A former WWE Champion destroyed Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar, one of wrestling's biggest names, was once taken down a peg by a four-time WWE Champion, according to WWE Hall of Famer Ric Flair. On a recent episode of Games with Names, Flair shared a story about Kurt Angle dominating Lesnar in a spontaneous in-ring challenge, revealing a rare moment where the Beast incarnate was outmatched. I watched Kurt Angle take down Brock 3 times. Nobody was as tough as Angle, Flair said. He recounted how Lesnar, confident in his amateur wrestling background, challenged Angle, claiming he couldn't be taken down. Brock had his gear on, but Kurt was barefoot. He goes to Angle, "You could never take me down." So of course the ring was loaded with the whole company watching. Boom. Kurt took him down 3 times in a row. Kurt was like a cat man. He was so fast, Flair added. Flair also reflected on his own experiences facing Lesnar, recalling a match when he was 56 years old. After Stone Cold Steve Austin walked away from WWE, Flair was thrust into a bout with Lesnar. "I'm 56 years old and I have to wrestle Brock Lesnar. So what happened was Steve quit. So I got to TV and inside sources said, 'Wait, where's your gear?' I said, 'My gear? I thought I was the co-owner of the company.' He said, 'You were. Now you're wrestling tonight.' And I said, 'Who?' He said, 'Brock.' 'Brock Lesnar?' He said, 'Get your esh and never come to TV without it again.' I went from being a commissioner or whatever I was to wrestling Brock. Brother, he's a bad apple man," Flair said. Flair admitted he pleaded with Lesnar to go easy on him, chuckling as he shared the memory. "I'll tell you, the guy you can really feel it with is Brock. When Brock grabs a hold of you, I used to go, 'Easy, brother,'" he said. Lesnar's recent WWE appearances include a dominant win over John Cena at SummerSlam 2025, but he's been scarce since. Over their careers, Flair and Lesnar clashed 5 times, with Lesnar winning 3 singles matches on Raw and 1 at Madison Square Garden. Flair's only victory came in a tag match, teaming with The Undertaker to defeat Lesnar and Big Show. As fans await Lesnar's next move, will his return spark a new feud, or will his past humblings like Angle's takedowns resurface? A major rumor killer regarding AJ Lee's WWE absence. AJ Lee's absence from WWE since her WrestlePalooza return has sparked plenty of speculation, but a major rumor has now been put to rest. The former Divas champion made a splash a few weeks ago, teaming with her husband, CM Punk, to defeat Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch in a mixed tag team match at WrestlePalooza. Fans expected her to chase Lynch's Women's Intercontinental Championship, but her sudden disappearance from TV left many wondering if an injury was to blame. A recent Facebook post, supposedly from AJ, claimed she was on a book tour and not injured, but PW Insider reached out to WWE and publishing sources, confirming the account and post were fake. There is no book tour. The confusion around Lee's absence comes as her return has overlapped with another star's gimmick. On Click, this podcast, Kevin Nash pointed out similarities between Lee's character and Bayley's. "You have her, AJ Lee, still playing the kind of I'm semi-crazy character, correct?" Nash said. "And you have Bayley kind of playing the semi-crazy character also, so now we have 2 mentally unstable women on the same show. That's good? There's no mentally unstable men on the show. I'm talking about character-wise Lee's semi-crazy persona, a callback to her first WWE run, clashes with Bayley's similar vibe on Raw, raising questions about creative direction. While it's unclear why Lee's off TV, the debunked book tour rumor clears up one mystery. Will Triple H bring AJ back to the ring soon? And how will WWE address the overlap with Bayley's character? Fans are eager for her next move. Seth Rollins has real-life heat with a 30-year-old megastar. Seth Rollins' comments at WWE Clash in Paris 2025 have stirred up trouble with music megastar Post Malone, according to Jelly Roll. The 30-year-old singer, who attended the premium live event alongside Jelly Roll, took Rollins' words personally. At the show, Rollins retained his World Heavyweight Championship in a fatal 4-way match against CM Punk, LA Knight, and Jey Uso. On Insight with Chris Van Vliet, Jelly Roll shared that Malone was fired up about the Visionary's remarks. "I don't know if he will get in the ring, but I can tell you this, he took that personal. Post don't take much personal, but Post has texted me 10 times. Yo, F that Seth Rollins guy. Post is the nicest dude ever, by the way. Post is the nicest. Never say nothing bad about anybody guy. Post kinda wants it, dude." When Seth was talking Eshe to him that night, Post was like, "Dude, you're being mean to me, F you." People are like, "Jelly Roll, you're the nicest guy ever." I was like, "You haven't met Post Malone. I'm kind of an a-hole sometimes. Post Malone, always nice guy," Jelly Roll said. Adding to Rollins' drama, inside sources on Legion of Raw called out inconsistencies in Paul Heyman's promo on the October 20th, 2025 Raw. Heyman claimed the Vision's Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed sidelined Rollins with a spear and tsunami, but later mentioned Rollins' bum shoulder as the reason for his absence. "They did 2 very weird things tonight. First, Heyman said, Seth Rollins is not here tonight because of what this man did and what that man did, talking about the tsunami and the spear. Then he later went on in the same promo to talk about his bum shoulder. So, it's like, what is it, bro? Did they put him out? Guys, you gotta get your stories straight, man, the source said. With Rollins vacating the World Heavyweight Championship after crown jewel due to his shoulder injury, a new champion will be crowned at Saturday night's main event on November 1st, 2025, featuring CM Punk versus Jey Uso. Will Post Malone's beef with Rollins escalate, possibly leading to a celebrity showdown, or will it stay a backstage grudge? As Rollins recovers, the heat he's generated keeps the spotlight on him. Breaking news as a wrestling legend gets hospitalized with serious health issues. A heartbreaking update has emerged about wrestling icon Abdullah the Butcher, who is currently hospitalized at 84 due to serious health issues. According to a report from Book Pro Wrestler, the legendary performer, known for his ferocious in-ring presence, is facing a tough battle. The report called for support, stating, "Wrestling legend Abdullah the Butcher has been hospitalized at 84. The wild man from the Sudan is battling serious health issues. One of wrestling's most feared figures, Abdullah helped shape the sport from Japan to Puerto Rico to Georgia and beyond. Send your prayers, love, and strength his way tonight." Abdullah has been grappling with health challenges for some time. In July 2024, he was hospitalized for intestinal issues, prompting a GoFundMe to help cover his medical expenses. Financial struggles have also plagued the former WWE star, who revealed in 2023 that he was facing severe debt and felt cheated out of his earnings. Well, at 82 years old, I sit in my room a lot of times, and I say that I've worked for nothing. All of what I had worked for in the wrestling business by acting crazy, beating my head against the wall, doing this, doing that. I might not have nothing pretty soon, he said. He also expressed frustration over being taken advantage of, adding, "You got a lot of people who try to take what you worked all your life for. In my opinion, I've been ripped off so bad it's unbelievable, and I'm still getting ripped off." Abdullah. The Butcher's legacy as a trailblazer in wrestling remains undeniable, but his current health crisis has the wrestling community rallying around him. Fans and peers alike are sending prayers for a swift recovery. Will the wild man from the Sudan overcome these challenges? The wrestling world stands united in support. Ilja Dragunov's real-life girlfriend has been fired from WWE. Lee Laurel, known as Jin Tala in WWE's LFG and Evolve brands, made waves last week by confirming her relationship with United States champion Ilja Dragunov just days after her release from WWE on October 10th, 2025. Laurel went viral after posting a photo of Dragunov celebrating his return on SmackDown, where he dethroned Sami Zayn to win the US title. Beyond Wrestling announced on X that Laurel will debut for their promotion at the November Conrana Super Show on November 14th at Rhodes on the Pawtuxet in Cranston, Rhode Island, alongside another former WWE star, Shotzi Blackheart. Laurel's brief WWE stint was limited to LFG and Evolve, with some NXT live event matches, her last being against Tyra May Steele on October 4th per cage match. Dragunov's title win was slightly overshadowed by their relationship going public, as fans hurled accusations including claims that Dragunov cheated on his wife. Laurel shut down the rumors on X, clarifying their situation. "His ex-wife and I are on amicable terms. They have a healthy co-parenting relationship. They are divorced. I won't stand for defamation, so cut out your factitious assumptions," she wrote. According to Cage Side Seats, Dragunov, who married his ex-wife in December 2021 and shares a son named Konstantin, has kept his personal life private. Laurel's post confirmed she supported Dragunov during his recent knee injury recovery. As she moves to Beyond Wrestling and Dragunov shines as champion, will the couple rise above the drama, or will the spotlight on their personal lives persist?